Shira, welcome to What's Trending, your first and last stop for everything happening on YouTube. And no one is more happening right now than Ethan Newberry.
Well, that's not necessarily true. The cast of Internet Icons here. You're all so much more beautiful than I. Remember, I am here in the chat room live with you guys. If you're at home, sitting in your office alone, good job. But ask questions for these guys. I'll be relaying those questions to them, so you'll literally be sitting right next to them on the couch.
Sounds so technical, relaying.
Hardly technical, just type. And if you want, you can also use the hashtag What's Trending, and we'll pull some Twitter questions too.
At What's Trending, do it all. Nice to see you guys. Congratulations. Internet Icon Season 2, bringing it back. So tell us more about it and how you guys all got involved.
Well, this is obviously the second season. I got involved, of course, last year as one of the judges, and Lana and the Brothers Rydell were obviously contestants and winner of season 1. Okay, but it's really been such an incredible ride. I don't think any of us really knew what we were getting into the first season.
Definitely not.
Ryan and I certainly didn't. And to kind of, the way for people that are just getting into it now, the way I kind of focus this is like, if you've seen Project Runway, this is sort of like a filmmaker YouTuber challenge, for young aspiring content creators.
That's so
and
cool.
that's what makes it so different and unique, I think. And there's nothing like that online or television, really.
Yeah, I watch it and I say this could not, I know we're not creating content for TV, but it has the quality and the cool factor and the professionalism that it could be on any sort of network.
Absolutely. This could be on Animal Planet.
Yes.
Totally my demo.
I feel like we would fit in that.
And you guys are the hosts this season.
Yeah, it's been a crazy experience for us. We won last year, which was wild, and then they for some reason invited us back.
I don't know who we convinced, but it happened.
I'm hosting, and my brother is a mentor, which is really cool. So he's helping contestants out.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to be. Yeah, it was nice to be on that side of the kind of the battle.
Indeed.
What does it take to be a judge on a show like Internet Icon?
Well, look, there's been a lot of chatter about like who's qualified to do this. Myself, most specifically, because I am not a YouTuber. I admit that.
Yeah.
I've made web series, and I'm sort of on that side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So I've made, sold, and and produced my own web series, which is very different in many ways.
Yeah.
But what I think we all, like myself, Ryan, and Timothy, have all brought to the table this year is that we come from slightly different perspectives. Ryan has been a YouTuber for many years now and is very well respected for the stuff he does. He's very consistent, and he's built a brand. And same with Timothy in a totally different way. We have completely different tastes. But I think specifically where I come from is always going to be in storytelling. I mean, I produce a storytelling show here in town. I've produced my own web series, and I've been more on the film and television side of this. And I think as YouTube continues to grow, what we're seeing, personally, what I think we're seeing, is people that are starting to build brands. Like Brothers Rydell, like Lana. You're building a brand of content that can be your own channel. And essentially, like when we move beyond just doing the 2 and 3 minute videos into short films, long form films, how are you going to take your audience over into your brand? And that's where I always look towards, because that's where I see the future of YouTube going.
We're talking about the future here, people. On What's Trending. Let's go to the chat room and Twitter and
There's been
all
some
that
great
fun
questions,
stuff.
some really great questions, and this one's one of my favorites. It comes from Mr. Blehargith. It's a great user, great YouTube handle there. And this is going to go to the brothers. Will you guys buy me Taco Bell?
Of course.
Yeah.
But we will not pay for the diarrhea that may happen afterwards.
But please videotape it, because it could make for a great viral video.
Yes.
Sounds like a horrible viral.
I'd watch it. I'd watch it.
I would too.
Post it, please, now.
I've got another question. This is from Lisa Verbalen. I just spit on my computer. That's not her user. I actually just did. This is also for the brothers. Have you been on your Euro trip already? If not, is Belgium an option to visit?
We haven't gone to Europe yet, but
we would love to go to Belgium and how do you that place sounds fantastic.
Belgian.
to Belgialese.
The Belgialani.
They have good waffles.
They have great waffles.
Yeah.
No, seriously, we do want to come over to Europe and see lots of beautiful people like you. So
Indeed.
we're planning on it. We'll let you know when that happens.
Very cool. So what does it take to be an internet icon? Like, what are you looking for as a
You
judge?
should ask them.
Well,
Oh, God, there's so much tension.
Yeah, no. It's
We
you,
hate each other.
You
I'm
answer it.
kidding.
I think
Best friends.
that's all it takes, friendship.
Friendship. Well, you see it a lot on this season and a lot on our season as well, but there's a lot of friendship. There's a lot of collaboration. It's true. It sounds cheesy, and it's like we all help each other and love each other, but this isn't like, you know, the normal cutthroat mainstream industry. It's like you have to get along and you have to want to help people, and they'll help you. And I actually got to do some behind the scenes stuff this season with Truth. It's thetruth.com. And a couple of the challenges were actually inspired by some truth facts this season. So we got to do some good for the world and promote a non-smoking environment.
Yeah, and watching Lana's hilarious in them.
It's wild.
What are you? LOL. What are you looking for in all these contestants?
Well, I think we all look for something a little different. But truthfully, like what makes an internet icon is someone who not only has the prowess to write and create their own content, but to deliver, you have to have a certain amount of technical skill. And I think you've got to have a certain amount to a degree,
Technically speaking.
And you have to have a personality. There has to be a personality behind your challenge.
Yeah.
There are reasons like I want to watch Lana's videos. There's reasons I want to continue seeing the brothers Rydell, whether doing characters or whether they're vlogging and being themselves. It really becomes, I think, very much so, especially when a camera is right here, close to your face, you have to want to be friends with that person. And I think that's what makes a channel that people want to go to over and over again.
How do you get views on YouTube as folks that are on the rise and have broken through in the past year, which is actually a hard time. Like this, it's not like you've been around for years. And you see these new people on the rise. Like, how do you break through and get those views and be an internet icon?
If you can tell us, I would be happy to know.
We're all struggling at it.
Yeah.
No,
I think collaborating is a huge key.
Yeah.
I know you touched on the friendship thing, but making a community and reaching out to people who are already making ripples in the space and already doing things that are bigger than you, reaching out to people like that is invaluable, because it kind of, you bring something to them by either writing the story or filming it. That's what we do a lot of times, and they bring to you the audience that you may not have already, and that really, really helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And posting content consistently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whether it's like a day of the week or you're showing up, because sometimes you do stuff. I mean, if you watch our stuff, it's strange comedy, and people will love one thing that we do and then not like the next thing. But we're back next week, so
Hopefully they don't click off.
Yeah, you just keep showing up, and people
Just like a
will
bad
watch
date.
it.
You
know
only
what I'm
have
saying?
one date to impress that girl.
One time.
You bring her to McDonald's or something.
Or Taco Bell.
Or Taco Bell.
For that one person.
When's the last time you went on a date, Shira? That sounds awful. Let's go to McDonald's.
I don't know, we just made a lot of eye contact though, and I liked it.
Feeling it. Well, let's go to one more question.
I've got a couple.
more,
Can
or
we do two?
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've got
go
a
for
couple.
it.
This one
For
comes
love.
from someone who I have no idea who they are. The Foo. I don't know. They're in the chat room, so got to make sure that we shout them out. Favorite contestant from season 1?
Well, obviously.
Anyone but the Foo.
Yeah, exactly. They were the worst part of the show, actually.
They came off as these sweet angels, and they were horrible. They would poison our beverages.
They got us hooked on heroin.
Wow.
It was rough.
They did.
They're
They
evil.
did.
That sounds like
And they smell bad.
We hate you. Thanks for the question.
This 2 questions. I'm making it a 2-parter because she posted 2 questions. Whitney Reader says, "What do you use as inspiration?" And Lana,
Lana.
She said Lana. She typed it.
That.
And she spelled it correctly. I'm just printing.
No, that's a Canadian version. Anna.
How would you describe your relationship with Chester?
We know who Whitney is. Hi, Whitney.
Oh, I was hoping you guys didn't know.
She's a fan. She's awesome. Go ahead.
Inspiration for everyone. And
everyone?
Your relationship with Chester.
Let's talk about Chester first.
Let's talk about Chester's abs.
Chester and I have
high
a
kicks.
purely sexual relationship. There's nothing beyond that.
Yeah.
We're not friends.
Yep.
We don't hang out. It's just sexual.
Yep.
Thank
Pretty
you
much
for
sums
clearing
up.
that up for everyone.
I think we all have that same
Yeah,
relationship.
it sums up our relationship
doesn't.
as well.
Because
Let's be
he's
honest.
consistent. He's actually really consistent.
He is
Well-
very sharing. So inspiration.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Music.
Yeah.
We draw a lot of our stuff from music.
And-
we listen to lots of strange things and sounds.
And a lot of literature, a lot of poetry, stuff like that.
Literature and music.
Yep.
It's a pretty boring answer. So.
Yeah, I know. Wow, we're so popular and hip with the current stuff that's happening now.
It's really cool.
Kanye
Probably check it out.
Do you go to the library to upload your videos?
We do it on tablets.
Public library.
Typewriter.